This is ABC7 News at 11, your SUNCOAST News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. We continue following the story that's causing alarm across the state tonight. A massive sinkhole at a fertilizer plant in Mulberry has dumped 215 million gallons of what Mosaic calls slightly radioactive water into a water supply source for millions of Floridians. We're hearing from Mosaic for the first time on camera after the sinkhole formed more than 3 weeks ago at the Polk County plant. An employee discovered it and said that the company immediately contacted the EPA and DEP. Mosaic also says it's been able to contain a lot of the toxic material and that residents should not be concerned about the contaminated, what they think may be contaminated drinking water. They say that is not the case, but environmentalists and residents aren't just shrugging it off.
That's all, very important that everyone understands that while it's a significant situation, that we had contained it and there was no risk to public health.
Phosphate mining has been leaving scars on our state that you can see from space. It damages our wetlands, our rivers, our coastal waters.
Florida's Department of Environmental Protection says staff members are performing frequent site visits to make sure timely and appropriate response continues. In Sarasota, the city's treatment manager says water in aquifers travels very slowly and that residents should not be afraid. They should be aware but not concerned. We're going to check in with Manatee County officials tomorrow to see what they have to say about this issue. One of Sarasota County's 2 representatives in Tallahassee made a rare appearance before the Sarasota City Commission tonight to compare notes on the biggest issues facing the region. ABC7's Ray Collins is just back from City Hall with the details. Ray.
All the hot topics, Haley: affordable housing, job skills, and of course, the homeless.
The doctor was in Monday night. Orthopedic surgeon and state representative Julio Gonzalez did not need an advanced degree to diagnose Sarasota's biggest issues.
I believe the top priority for me regionally and that's going to consume most of my attention is the issue of homelessness.
And then he said the phrase that made the day of the mayor and the city commission.
Perhaps one of the solutions that we should be looking at is expanding the budgetary pot, the budgetary allocation to that.
Music to their ears, and the mayor asked Gonzalez to help Sarasota network with other areas of the state so they don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to ending the homeless crisis.
How do we get the conversations between those that are already there?
Gonzalez agreed to help and then went on to the next hot topic, he says, to help those who are working but still can't afford to live in Sarasota.
And that challenge trickles down to the employer, because then it becomes really difficult for an employer to hire the supporting personnel that they need to build their company and build their enterprise.
In fact, City Commission recently approved plans to build hundreds of apartments for the working class and service industry in this empty lot off Fruitville Road. Looking ahead to the next session in Tallahassee, Gonzalez says the next big issue there might likely be workers' compensation reform.
There were a couple of Supreme Court opinions that changed the landscape, and I think we'll have to see us addressing that this year.
The next session, by the way, in Tallahassee begins on March 7th. We were also expecting an annual update from Congressman Vern Buchanan, but his office postponed this morning, but didn't appear to get word to the commission. Somehow it was lost in translation.
And Ray, was there a reason that he postponed just hours before this, what was an annual appearance at City Hall?
His district director told me he had gone to Capitol Hill for a citrus bill that'll be on the House floor tomorrow, so they're hoping to reschedule at Sarasota City Hall.
All right, thank you, Ray. Commissioner Susan Chapman called it one of the most important public hearings of the year, and not a single person was there to comment. Commissioners adopted a $206 million budget tonight. That's about $12 million more than last year. They didn't increase the tax rate, but were able to benefit from increased property values that are up around 30% in the past 5 years. The man suspected of being behind a bomb that exploded on Saturday in New Jersey and another in New York that injured 29 people is under arrest tonight. So far, he's charged with attempted murder after shooting 2 police officers and being wounded by return fire. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest from Linden, New Jersey.
The search for Ahmad Khan Rahami ended at this New Jersey bar with a gunfight that left the 28-year-old Afghan native bloodied and these 2 Linden officers wounded. But all 3 are now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries.
Oh man, it was wild.
The bar's owner found the suspect sleeping in the hallway and called police when an officer approached.
Within a matter of seconds, the suspect fired on him. He had his vest on, and he was hitting his vest, and so that saved him.
Rahami fled on foot with gun in hand and other officers in hot pursuit.
And you heard like pop, 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 a lot of shots. You just heard people, screaming.
The injured Rahami lying on the ground, brought down by law enforcement less than 48 hours after a bomb went off on this New Jersey boardwalk and this powerful blast that rocked a Manhattan neighborhood. The next night, 5 pipe bombs were found at this New Jersey train station as police tried to disarm them. Surveillance cameras spotted Rahami planting the bomb in New York City Saturday night and later caught him at a second New York location where this unexploded bomb was recovered. Rahami worked at his family restaurant, American Fried Chicken, beneath the family's second-floor apartment. The FBI found more explosive devices when they searched the apartment. Investigators are now looking into the suspect's background and his travel history, including his visit to Afghanistan 2 years ago, to help zero in on a motive and to see if he truly acted alone. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Linden, New Jersey.
Thank you, Elizabeth. In the wake of this, the Democratic and Republican nominees for president again addressing the issue of national security. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump on the campaign trail today, sharing 2 very different ideas about how to protect the country. Trump, who was not far from the Suncoast this evening in Lee County, quickly seized on the Afghanistan-born suspect to man an immigration argument. Meanwhile, Clinton zeroing in on lone wolf-style attacks and how terror groups are now using social media for recruitment efforts.
We need to work more closely with Silicon Valley and other partners to counter terrorist propaganda and recruitment efforts online.
We should temporarily suspend immigration entirely from regions where safe and adequate screening cannot occur.
With the first debate next week, voters are sending mixed signals on the qualities of the 2 candidates. Trump leads 8 points when it comes to voters who think he is a strong and decisive leader. And as for who has the temperament to serve as president, Clinton holds a 20-point advantage in that category. Still 50 days out from the general election, the state is reporting that more than 1 million ballots have already been requested. And that number doesn't include every county because some still haven't filed their reports yet. As of this afternoon, 433,000 vote-by-mail ballots had been requested by Republicans in Florida, about 33,000 more than Democrats. And now it's time to get a check on our forecast. Another warm, almost fall evening, but sure doesn't feel like it.
I'll tell you what, it feels like 89 degrees right now, Haley. 83 degrees our current temperature, dew point 74, winds are light, and the pressure on the rise at 30.01 inches. Boy, big storms today, inland areas specifically. Look at that, just firing up all evening long and still going in some places over North Florida. Most of the activity has actually ending across parts of Central Florida, but the heaviest activity near Ocala. And there's even a few showers starting to pop up right there near Pinellas County. That is not moving all that much. Look at this little line right here. I'll actually sensitize the radar a little bit stronger. And you can see that that's an outflow boundary from those inland storms. It's pushing to the west. It could generate an isolated shower here or there through this evening, then out in the Gulf of Mexico later on. Rainfall amounts were rather impressive inland. Nearly 5 inches fell in parts of Highlands County. Lesser amounts near Lakewood Ranch. We're at 1 inch there, and 0.2 of an inch near Venice to the east of Venice along I-75. More in your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. 2 local law enforcement agencies are asking motorists to help stop a crime that is entirely preventable and lock their car doors. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says nearly a dozen vehicles were burglarized and 1 was stolen in the Sorrento Bayside area of Nokomis over the weekend. All of those vehicles were unlocked. SPD, meanwhile, tweeted this photo today saying, "Lock it up, Sarasota." Police say they also responded to several unlocked car burglaries this weekend. And it's not just Sarasota County. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is asking the public for information on who got into 3 unlocked cars around 8 o'clock this morning on Bacon Harbor Loop in Bradenton. You may have seen some smoke in the sky if you were around downtown Sarasota tonight. A power pole was on fire around 8:30 at the intersection of 10th and Orange, just up the street from ABC7. Florida Power and Light, as well as the Sarasota County Fire Department, responded. The fire proved to be a little tricky to handle until crews were finally able to put it out for good. We have reached out to the county and to FPL for details on how the fire started and if it affected any electricity in the area, but we have not heard back yet. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, it's official. State College of Florida professors will be forming a union. Why they made that move. And the city of Anna Maria versus rental property owners. Why the city could have to pay out quite a bit of money.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Fit for $149 or a new Civic, just $169. And no down payment. It's clearance time now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, a wine expert gives us Wine 101. Plus, we help American Stage kick off their new season, and JR's Packing House is in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you. Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. As Pokemon Go users continue their hunt for Pokemon, new research shows many of them have been putting themselves and others in danger.
Tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you why using the app has become so risky. John?
Have a chance at a few showers this week. We'll talk about that coming up bright and early.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour quality selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade.
Seymour savings.
It's the Buick 2016 model year sale down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Encore models in stock. That's nearly $5,000 below MSRP on the 2016 Buick Encore.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord or CRV for $179 and no down payment. Your choice, just $179. It's clearance time now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
An unsettling scene on Longboat Key earlier tonight. A viewer sending in these photos of dead fish washed ashore. She says she found hundreds of them just in the middle of Longboat. The smell, as you can imagine, is quite strong and not in a good way. Bob, could red tide be the culprit here? We do think that a lot when we see dead fish.
Yeah, actually the red tide has been gaining somewhat over the past 2 weeks, and the report is out from the FWC, and the FWC is saying there are low concentrations. Now, low concentrations can cause fish kills, but typically you see the smaller fish like you saw in those photos. And it may be growing too, because the recent report is from last week. Let's go look at the map here and show you what's been going on with the latest report. And you can see the areas in yellow indicate the low concentrations, and that is 10,000 to 100,000. Again, 100,000 of them per liter, 100,000 cells per liter. So that can, as I said, cause some fish kills, and we are getting some reports out on Longboat Key, and you can see those locations. They're up near Longboat Pass and also right there near New Pass. Well, earlier I said tonight, Actually, fall starting on Wednesday. It's starting on Thursday. I'm just wishful thinking, I guess. We're hoping it was started a little earlier. But the temperatures are going to stay warm. The summer is ending. Equinox, meaning equal night for everyone. Everyone gets about 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness across the planet Earth here, and the sun's direct rays are right over the equator. They're heading southward as far as those direct rays go. Well, the tower cam showing the sun going down tonight with a nice sunset. Perfect look right there from our tower cam as the clouds are moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. Not a lot of rainfall around the coastal locations today, but boy, some big storms inland. And get a look at this beautiful picture by Val. SUNCOAST sunset, beautiful reds there. As you see, the sun was just going below the horizon. And Cindy Desmond getting a nice shot as well. And I like this one. This is Fred Seeger doing some skimboarding. That's not Fred, but he got that shot of a gentleman out there doing some skimboarding with the light waves moving on shore. Well, we have a trough of low pressure, a line, if you will, of low pressure that kind of separates the warm, moist air from the drier air. Let's say drier. It's still hot over here, but with lower humidity, it doesn't feel too bad. And Julia is still kind of spinning, the remnants of Julia along that trough of low pressure. Still some storms firing up near Ocala, stretching southwestward down to near Pinellas County. I expect to see more isolated showers popping up in some coastal locations, so don't be surprised by a little downpour in some of the areas near the coast overnight. 83 now, though. It's clear. Dew point 74. Winds are light. Not much of a wind out there to cool things down. And with the high dew point, it feels like about 90. 91 the high today. 95 the record set back in 1988. The normal high at 89 degrees. So we still stay pretty warm right now. As I mentioned earlier in the newscasts, we have usually a front move down mid-October. A cold front usually moves on in, so we'll see how that plays out. No rainfall to report today officially at the airport, but some areas in Highlands County, 4.5 inches of rain fell in the inland areas. 75 now in Jacksonville. Orlando had their fair share of heavy rainfall today. 84 in Key West, and temperatures much warmer where it didn't rain. The water temperature at 88 degrees, but look at this, all in Highlands County.